My everyday carry backpack. This one I use for work. There's stuff in the front pocket. I need to work, laptop and hotspot, and you know, there's just stuff in there, notes and stuff I need to use for work, plus the keys. But in here, this pack hopefully should get me to my main pack. First thing back in here, I have a couple of bags of survival tabs, and then this guy right here is emergency food. I got 3,600 calories, so that could really go wrong. But anyhow, Israel bandage right here, wound seal. This is powder wound seal. New skin, large tegaderm, burn fix dressing, works really well. Had to use that on one of my kiddos on the 4th of July. Tea tree oil, got some quick clot, and then some moleskin because we'll probably be walking quite a bit. In this little pouch I throw in there also, this is the mini Sawyer, got 2 bladders, so that can filter out water. And as far as what I wear on my, another thing I throw in here, yep. I use this for work, and it's also good to have a spot and scope. Little monoscope by Orion, just 1025 by 42. Waterproof, works really well. I dig it. I always have this little guy. This is the Arc by Spyderco. It's with the H1 steel, and really good for sweat and saltwater conditions. And this guy is pretty thin, holds an edge pretty good. And a lot of people aren't into neck knives, but honestly, I grab this guy and use it a lot, every day. Yeah. On my right side, I carry the Victorinox Swiss Champ, and it has the sharpening steel with it. Left side of the belt, this is the titanium Leatherman Charge, and actually this has pretty good steel on it too. This is the V30, the S30V steel on just the blade alone. Great tool. On the side, the Speedy Sharp and a Primus ferro rod. And I don't know if you guys ever checked it out, but the Speedy Sharp throws massive sparks with the ferro rod. And if you really need to sharpen a blade, I really don't use that for sharpening too much because it does cut a lot of your metal away. But if you had to, man, you had to. In my lunchbox, I always have this guy, my favorite knife. This is the Bradford Guardian 4, and you can see right here, it is the M390. They consider this a super steel, holds the edge incredibly well. The fit and form and finish, the balance of this knife is really nice. And this guy, I have a sheath that's attached to one of the arm straps, or the shoulder straps. And this guy will be right there, ready to go. Just transfer that guy over. Here, chest pack. I like it a lot. It's pretty good in here. Carry just a little black diamond headlamp. This is the rechargeable one, which I really dig. And carry an extra little flashlight in here. Backup for the Leatherman. This is just a skeletal. Also, Leatherman, you have all these different attachments for both of these tools. So basically have a good little toolbox right in here just for this. Is the Bushnell. This is just a single AA battery. It has 3 modes, red, and this one has like a blood tracker on there, which is pretty neat. And I do carry some rechargeable AA's, and I believe, and a all-weather tablet. This guy kind of folds down. I have my map in here. A quick little mini survival kit. A fire starter in here. I do carry a compass. Thanks of this Dimera cord, which are really lightweight, super strong, and Wilderness Innovation makes this poncho system, and this poncho is the XL version, and it's the PSS, Poncho Survival Shelter, and you can use it as a poncho, use it as a shelter, and you can also string it up because he's integrated these sleeves in each end of it, and then you put these hanks of cord through there, and you have a hammock. Got some little spray. Okay, and if this guy makes it the main pack, then we're going to go through that next. Okay guys, if I do make it back to the hotel where my vehicle is, I will be grabbing this bag right here. This is the Kelty Eagle 128, 128 liters. Massive bag. Just got it in, haven't tested it out. Haven't actually even loaded it up yet, but there's a lot of room in this bag. The only thing is, it does have these funky little springs on the side, and I've had to put them in. And this guy's got a little rip in it from the factory. I don't want to send it back, I want to keep using it, but I will call them and see what they'll do about it. Liner for the poncho, so even in the summertime now, it could get cold. This is a good blanket, it snaps right in, and if you change the poncho into a hammock, you can use this as an underquilt, overquilt. Made really good material, and it will fit in here, and hopefully I'll be able to get this other poncho in there. This is the PXXL, and this one is the super heavy duty. So it's, if you're going through brambles or mesquite briars, that guy you can put on and you can pretty much be protected from getting any puncture. Right here I have a bag that is hopefully going to prevent all the electronics from getting affected by an EMP. We'll start off with the solar panel, which is going to be a Gold Zero Nomad 7, and then in here it has the battery reserve, a different charger. This charger is for the batteries that are going into this headlight, which is the through night headlight. Uses these pretty cool batteries. Do have an extra battery here for it, and the same battery goes in here that goes into this guy, and this is just the handheld unit. I think it's like a 3500. I'd have to look real quick, but this in particular one is pretty nice, and it also is rechargeable through this little port right here. Also going to have a solar powered, this is just a little Scorpion, just to hopefully keep up what's going on. It's got a time, it's got the clock on here. You can have the weather and a radio, and it has a crank power to charge it up, or you can charge up your cell phone or other deals with it, and maybe some music just in case you need to chill out a little bit. But all this is going to go into this Faraday defense bag. And over here, this is going to be the first aid hygiene kit, and you know, long-term deal, be out there. So 2 tubes of toothpaste, toothbrush. I got there's some other burn pads in there. This guy I have 30 staples and a remover in case you have a deep wound. These metal soap bars, haven't tried them, but the concept seems pretty legit. Q-tips, I mean, all kind of stuff that's in here. Some body powder, and then yeah, some deodorant stick. This is basically just that crystal salt, so not a whole lot of odor with there. Some hemostat, some bug bites, some oil, and then back in this back pocket right here, I actually have a kit for your teeth, like a tooth repair kit, and some bandages, all kind of stuff in there. So basically that's kind of a long-term hygiene first aid kit, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to carry a canister of bear spray, a pair of tactical gloves, TIG welding gloves, gauntlet style, and this is going to be a towel, camp towel. And here, summertime, this is just kind of a dry bag version of just the clothes I'm going to be carrying besides what's on my back. Socks, and just not a whole lot in the wintertime. This will expand. Move on to food over here. Okay, in this bag right here, I try to find as much different variety of food, and we are coming in at 18 pounds with 32,000 calories. So stretch it out, that'll probably last a good long time. And for weight to calories, I think I did fairly good, and this is going to be the heaviest item in the bag for sure. But if it really hits it hard, you know, and you just need to wait it out, you know, I believe I'll have enough food there. And then over here, This is the clean canteen. I believe this is 64 ounce. It's a big guy. And I'll have this in the pack, and I also carry one in my lunch box. I don't know if I'll have both of them with me. I'll just have to make that call later. This is titanium bot, multi-purpose, lightweight. And there's a cap on there that you can screw down, watertight, turned upside down for boiling water. A little clamp for it, but inside here have some silver and some heirloom seeds. I mean, talking long term, you never know if you're not going home. Then I'm going to stuff some stuff in here. This is a 3-quart titanium pot. Doesn't weigh a whole lot, but you know, if you have to boil and process a lot of water, that'd be good for that. If you need to wash your clothes, wash your face, and you need to kind of do it indiscreetly, I believe this is kind of a wash basin. And for the weight, and I have the room in my pack, heck, why not? Here's going to be a small kind of cooking system. This is all by Tokes. I believe this is the 1100 with kind of a small little cooking pan. Inside of here, actually it all nestles quite well. You have this is the Tokes wood burning stove, twigs, and it goes in there. It gets really hot, works really well. Nestled inside there is a little 450 milliliter cup. Cleaning guy right in here, and in here is just a super thin titanium windscreen, which, I mean, it weighs nothing, but you know, heck, if it makes it more efficient, why not? Over here, got 2 separate, these are kind of emergency blankets of the heavy duty style. If you're making a super shelter or whatnot, even in the hammock, as an underquilt and an overquilt, it's super lightweight, they're super strong and tough, and the R value is phenomenal in there. And then for water purification, you know, I do have the little minis. I'm carrying the mini Sawyers in my front pack, but this is Catadine. I think it's called a Traveler Backpacker. But anyhow, this guy's heavy duty. And if it does freeze up, you don't have to worry about it. I don't think this guy will bust like the Sawyer will. This is in good shape. Okay, the big boy with an extra blade. This is really good for processing wood. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to really cut through it. Softwood, and then this one has a little bit narrower teeth. This is the Gomboy, and this one I ordered for cutting hardwood. Teeth are a little bit shorter. Over here, this is the SE5 custom sheath. It's got a little light on there. A little sharpener. This pulls out diamond tip out here. Ceramic right there, and then you have a little ferrule rod. And this clips on to the back of your belt to wear behind your back sideways. And this is the SE5 custom scales. Sweet little knife. For an extra compass, this is the Sunto MC2, good compass. It has a signal mirror in there, which is good. A magnifying glass in case I've heard of people starting fires with that. And then also this guy has this drop point where you can get your elevations plus your bearing. Haven't messed with that one too much yet, but we'll get around to it. Then over in this little section, Wilderness Innovation again. This is the awesome bug net that goes with it. Slides right over. You can do a lot with this guy. If you have to sleep on the ground, just crawl in it, keep the critters off of it. Alright guys, so I got everything packed in here. I would like to add a couple of things. This is cold steel shovel. Pretty badass. It's got an edge all around it. You can throw it, dig with it, and chop with it like an axe. And then also for trekking poles, I'm using the cold steel professional 4-foot big bore flow guns with the end. They're the perfect height for trekking. They're strong enough to use as a defensive weapon, and you know, you can hunt with them, small game. Not super far, not like a 5 or 7 footer, but you know, for around up to about 30 foot, they're pretty good. Good penetration with these big darts. And then also I wanted to show that yeah, my full face respirator does go in this side pouch right here. £75.